And
Welcome to Ottawa. The nation's capital is welcoming in the PWHL and hosting Montreal. It's Captain Marie-Philippe Poulin, all smiles walking in on this historic day. Meanwhile, Ottawa's captain Brianne Jenner, all business, getting ready to do her job as well in the locker room. Ottawa all set for this big home opener, and the crowds record-breaking. Welcome inside TD Place. Now let's hear from PA announcer Mike Sutherland for the home team starting lineup.
from Prague, Czechia, Aneta Taralova. Number 3, numero 12 from Caledon, East Ontario, Zoe Boyd. Number 5, numero 5 from Bancroft, Ontario, Victoria Harren. Number 8, numero 8 from Eagan, Minnesota, Natalie Snodgrass. Number 9, numero 9 from Toronto, Ontario, Daryl Watts. Number 10, numero 10 from Wayland, Maryland, Becca Gilmore. Number 11, numero 11 from Hokkaido, Japan, Akane Shiga. Number 13, numero 5 from Brampton, Ontario, Michaela Grant Mentis. Number 14, numero 14 from Buffalo, New York, Haley Skamura. Number 15, numero 15 from Downers Grove, Illinois, Savannah Harmon. Number 16, numero 6 from Kolín, Czechia, Katerina Mrazova. Number 17, numero 17 from Lino Lakes, Minnesota, Gabby Hughes. Number 21, numero 21 from Deloraine, Manitoba, Ashton Bell. Number 22, numéro 22, from St. Louis, Missouri, Lauren McInnes. Number 25, numéro 25, from Caledon East, Ontario, Kristen Della Robert. Number 28, numéro 28, from Watertown, Connecticut, Amanda Boulier. Number 30, numéro 30, from Freising, Germany, Sandra Abstrider. Number 34, numéro 34, from Bowmanville, Ontario, Rachel McQuaig. Number 35, numéro 35, from Outlook, Saskatchewan, Samantha Ridgewell. From Bruderheim, Alberta, number 38, numéro 38, Emerald Mashmeyer. Numéro 81, en provenance de Blainville, Québec, Rosie Demers. Number 88, numéro 88, from St. Thomas, Ontario, Lexi Agia. Number 94, numéro 94, from Budapest, Hungary, Fanny Goshparich. Alternate captain, capitaine adjoint, number 26, numéro 26, from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Emily Clark. Alternate captain, capitaine adjoint, from Missouri, Rosie. And the captain, la capitaine,
Heroes welcome for Captain Jenner. Up next, puck drop for Ottawa's first game in PWHL franchise history. Sold-out crowd for Ottawa's PWHL home opener. Historic first. Now we'll head to PA announcer Mike Sutherland.
Dans le cadre de la toute première mise au jeu protocolaire, please welcome, accueillons maintenant Ottawa Mayor, le maire d'Ottawa, Mark Sutcliffe, and Shelley Cooley. Can we please have the captains at center ice? On doit demander au capitaine de se présenter au centre de la patinoire. Shop Performing Arts Academy. Please welcome accueillons maintenant Davis Dewan.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command, car ton bras s'est porté les payeurs, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
History being made inside TD Place. I am Daniela Ponticelli alongside three-time Canadian Olympic gold medalist, four-time women's hockey world champion Becky Keller, with tears in her eyes, witnessing what we are seeing here today in Ottawa. What an amazing start. And I gotta say, I love the fact that the crowd booed Montreal. Let's get into hockey right away. Well, time for the game day rosters presented by Tim Hortons. Well, you take a look at this Montreal roster, and this is an offense-filled roster, of course, led by Marie-Philippe-Poulin. Who else but Kristen O'Neill, Laura Stacey, and on the back end, Erin Ambrose, bringing some offense from the defensive side. Ottawa, in their starting lineup, they really feel like it's depth of offense that they have. Look to the third line, Daryl Watts, Katerina Mrazova, and Akane Shiga from Japan to bring depth scoring to this club. And it just continues into net. You got Canada's 1-2 punch when it comes to goaltenders. Both teams signing free agents in Anne-Renee Desbiens and Emeryn Smashmeyer, who you're seeing getting all those hugs from her teammates as they get set. This really is the best goaltending in the country, Becky.
Well, you're looking at two of the best goalies in the world, and you know, these rosters are full of offense, but they got to find their way past these two.
And Anne-Renee Desbiens, absolutely solid for Team Canada in net. Goaltender of the tournament for the World Championship last year, despite Canada finishing with silver. She showed her strength. Team was undefeated through every game except that gold medal final.
Well, she was a real difference maker in the Olympics too, a big part of the reason they won. There's Carla McLeod. What a cheer she got from this crowd, an Olympian herself, gold medalist, and she's really come through the ranks to get to where she is. Coach a Czech team, coach a Japanese team, and now she's here.
Montreal wins the opening face-off in Ottawa, and who else but their captain, Marie-Philippe Poulin, winning that opening draw, getting right to it, a day she's waited for as well, getting right in front, creating some space with her line mate Vanisova. Both teams with international players in front of the net. Smashmeyer nearly tested early. Down deep, Ottawa will dig it out. Zoe Boyd doing the work, skating up to the near side. Haley Scamora loses the puck. Laura Stacey now driving the action in close. Another signed free agent for Montreal. Laura Stacey with such wheels. And there with speed again, right through. Clark just missed on that wayward pass, but what a chance. Gabby Hughes getting her stick on it early. Back behind the net in front, Desbiens. The crowd feeling the energy, much like yesterday's league opener in Toronto. And the first whistle right there.
Well, it takes a little bit of time for these two teams to settle in. You see such nerves, and we'll take a look at Ottawa and the depth that they bring. And Vanasova, what a great player from the Czech team, Teresa Vanasova, and a player that played PHF Toronto last year, brings such speed to this roster, so look for her wheels. She plays with
One of the many Czech players in today's game. Now Ottawa. Daryl Watts to tee things up. Matrova and in front of the net. Shiga with the first touch. Akane Shiga from Japan. Another player who got a roaring applause coming out on the ice in Ottawa. Swinging it back down. Terlova in the mix in red. But Montreal in their sand-colored uniforms. Cashmeyer plays it quick off the stick. Now we go the other way, and a big chance for Fanny Gasparich, and that's just turned away by Desbiens.
Ottawa really coming up some depth, scoring the fourth line with Gasparich getting a chance.
Now adding the pressure the other way with a long shot. Will catch the rebound, or look to, over in the corner. Lafleur digging in. Montreal can't maintain possession. Will find it in the neutral zone, dump it down deep. So Ottawa now, captain Brianne Jenner getting the crowd excited, but only to be stopped.
Brianne Jenner going 1-on-4, but gets the crowd into it right away. Nothing better than a good one-on-one. Brianne Jenner's such a skilled player.
Yeah, Jillian Dempsey's gonna feel good about that play. But Ottawa again adding that pressure, driving the action close back behind the net this time. Teed up in front of the net is Becca Gilmore. They'll look to feed it from the point. Back now behind Scamora in front. Montreal plays on, still scoreless here in Ottawa. Shots on goal. 3-2 at this time for Ottawa. Big contact at the back. That'll get the first penalty of the game, and it's going against Captain Canada.
That's not a place she sees herself very often. Not a player that takes a lot of penalties. She takes the first one in this game to give Ottawa
29 Montreal, 2 minutes holding.
On the power play. Ottawa, who's really been driving the offense so far, had the bulk of the shot, bulk of the chances, and now you're going to see what their power play brings.
Yeah, first look at Ottawa's power play unit. Yeah, Jinsey Rose drawing that penalty. Poulin taking a seat in the penalty box. Chance for the team in red to get going. Murphy out there. Harmon, Savannah Harmon. Now she's chasing it. Savannah Harmon, their first round pick for Ottawa. And Emily Clark this time. She's feeding it through. And a chance in front of net. That one stopped in the slot. Again tested in front. All types of sticks. Clark will do what she can.
Ottawa able to get in tight into that strong scoring area, get some shots off.
And another one turned away by Desbiens. Physical play. Gabby Hughes getting pushed to the ice. Still in it. Ottawa now feeding it through the legs this time. Hughes. Daryl Watts trying to set it up. Got two in the slot. Again, back and forth. Harmon as well in this power play. Time is winding down for Poulin being off the ice for Montreal.
Daryl Watts did a great job to recover that puck in the corner.
They'll settle it back and through. Taking that long shot, Desbiens tracks it well. now another chance for Ottawa to maintain this pressure here. In front of the net, Shiga off the body, loses track of the puck. Moving fast, Terlova working the puck near side. Looks to send it up, and there's a big shot off. Again, Desbiens stays perfect.
Well, Ottawa doing a great job, not only to possess a puck, but to recover it when they lose it. Montreal having a difficult time getting anything out, and you can see just the puck possession here, going from the flank up top, and then that big shot. Desbiens gets across to make the save.
Reset it, even strength this time. Still in the Montreal zone, they'll check the blue line. Jenner looks for the big pass to fire that one in. Zoe Boyd was poised for that one-timer, and Montreal takes it the other way. Again, Jenner playing for keeps over here, looking to tee up her teammate for the wraparound. Becca Gilmore can't keep her puck on it. Poulin back on the ice, not going to make life easy. Crowd chanting in Ottawa. It's electric here inside TD Place. Now, captain Marie-Philippe Poulin, she gets disrupted in her play. Near side. Marie-Philippe Poulin looked like she comes out of the penalty box with a burst of energy. Looked like she was going to go coast to coast. Doesn't quite get all the way through. Just a little 2-minute breather and get back on the ice. Now Ottawa putting on some speed. Lexia Gija, she fires it off. Stopped again off the pads this time of Desbiens. And just as quickly into the far side wall. Maria Kappel takes a bump.
And there's that physical play. We saw that yesterday in the Toronto game.
And Maschmeyer tested, but easy body save on that one. Montreal looking to make up for the shots on goal gap. It's 7-2 in favor of Ottawa right now. And now another chance coming through. Desbiens reads it. Stops any chance for De La Rovere to get one away. Still scoreless in Ottawa's home opener against Montreal. She's your Woody Creek Distillers player to watch. Akani Shiga already with a couple chances so far.
She's looked good so far. The only player in the league from Japan. Played for Carla McLeod on the Team Japan when Carla coached that team, but she has some skill. It's going to be interesting to see her now surrounded with this North American talent, something that we haven't seen from her. She stood out at World Championships. This is a different story for her.
Montreal wins the faceoff in their zone. Laura Stacey will carry it out. Dump it down. As mentioned, one of the signed free agents for Ottawa. And right in front, Maschmeyer watches the puck skim by. Back behind the net again. Ottawa hasn't been as tested. And here's a chance potentially for Emily Clark, she'll dump it as Aneta Terlova gets caught up. The Montreal player. 1-2 punch, not quite there. Stacey again nearly finds it in the center. Daryl Watts will take it, adds on some speed, brings it in close. Oh, and a big save by Davienne. She just shrugs it off.
Well, Daryl Watts is such a dynamic player, and she's such an offensive threat every time she touches the puck. Only person to ever win the Patty Kazmir Award as a freshman. She picks this puck off in the neutral zone and comes in and rips this shot off Davienne's shoulder. You can see that puck just jumps off her stick. No wonder she's put up such big numbers every league she's played in.
Montreal again with that face-off win, able to nearly thought was going to carry it out. There they do. Now putting on that little bit of speed. Lafleur driving the action. Erin Ambrose as well. Well-known Canadian national team member. First-round draft pick for Montreal.
And a player that would be expected to quarterback their power play should they get on one, such a good offensive defenseman.
A little tentative here is in the corner now, another shot. Ottawa just firing them towards net, why not? Especially on a goaltender like Anne-Renee Davienne.
Montreal just looks a little tentative right now. Like you said, maybe a little bit nervous.
Ottawa coming in. Becca Gilmore right in front. Far side, Gilmore. But Ambrose, we were just talking about her experience, is going to cost her there with that physical play. She's headed to the penalty box. Second power play opportunity for Ottawa.
Well, Ottawa did a good job on the first power play, getting in, getting set, moving the puck around, and getting their looks. They're going to look to build on that. Of course, we talked about Montreal just looking a little tentative right now. Not quite crisp in their passes, a little slow with the puck. Ultimately, it leads to this penalty. Erin Ambrose will go to the box for 2 minutes.
It'll be Gabby Hughes taking this offensive zone draw for Ottawa, wins it clean. Ottawa forced to the outside, playing along the near wall. Clark, part of that. Stacey, of course, she'll be that power that they want to bring, and there's another big collision. That one stays in play. Driving the action in close. Savannah Harmon. Behind the net. Gabby Hughes getting her stick on it. The puck is loose, and there's some open ice for Montreal. They'll send it down. Reminder that in the PWHL, we have that rule that if you score short-handed, your player gets free from the penalty box.
Oh, I love it. It's the get out of jail free card. You want to end that power play. You can go on a little bit of offense. There's some players on this Montreal team that certainly could do that on the PK.
And now, again through traffic, looking for that passing play towards the net through the body of Dominika Lashkova. Zoe Boitia-Poulin will take it away. Weaves through for the pass. Now again, shot, and Maschmeyer with a massive save.
Well, there's your opportunity to go on the offense when you're down a man. Bete with the shot ultimately, and that's Marie-Philippe Poulin driving this puck through the neutral zone. Cuts to the middle to open up this drop pass. Bete gets that shot off. Maschmeyer makes the save.
Just as fast off the draw, Montreal will send it down deep. Looking for that space. Maureen Murphy out there too, and a bit of a slippery spot there, Ottawa.
Looks like there's another penalty coming on that trip.
So it'll play on for now. Well, Ottawa has control, and there's the touch by Montreal. So Montreal getting into penalty trouble early on. This will be the third disadvantage for them.
Well, and you can see in this game that the referees are letting the body contact go. Players love it, and that's what the game is going to be all about. But those stick infractions, that trip, they're going to be called. This is a huge opportunity for Ottawa. We take a look at this trip, and you can see the stick just gets into the legs. Those ones are going to be called every time.
Yeah, Katerina Mazrova rather, with no room to go on there. So now another big chance. It's 5-on-3 for a few more seconds here. Ottawa with a big advantage, teeing it up in front. Looking for all kinds of room. Daryl Watts is there. And that'll get whistled down before anything develops.
A little bit of a quick whistle. Ottawa not having the opportunity to jump on that. Just a quick puck movement up and back, and then that shot on net. That's one that Desbiens will take all day long.
We do see Akani Shiga out there with the power play unit. Talking about a player to watch. Katerina Mazrova with the Czech team. Has played under Carla McLeod there. And now, teeing it up, will pass instead. Jinsey Rose will cycle it through, looking for that perfect space. Terlova taking it away. Fans on it, far side. Daryl Watts going in for some support. Montreal will take it away. It's 5-on-4 right now. Montreal short-handed. Poulin working it. Great stick handling. Ambrose as well, her Team Canada teammate, going in for that support. We'll try again as Clark does the work in front. That one high. Shiga comes in to collect the rebound. Stretch pass. Little too much sauce on that one. As Harmon can't find it. Stacy nearly takes it away. The speed catching up. Mashmeyer with her stick on it, and another big collision. Looking for some space in front. The traffic helping out that time. Bodies bring the puck down. Emily Clark getting caught up for Ottawa on Lashkova. They'll send it over. Brigitte Laganière freeing the puck. Doris Stacy getting in the mix. Board battle continues. Puck is free, back behind. Montreal trying to keep their eyes on it. This time, Ottawa still with some space, still with control. Ashton Bell settles it back, looks for some support. Right up the top, up high. Desbiens had her glove up.
Looked like Montreal was going to come out of the penalty box on a 2-on-1.
Teresa Vanisova getting into another big collision, of course. The action for Haley Scamora, looks for that pass to Jenner. Leah Lum getting in the way. Maria Keppel now. Mariah just in front. Ottawa. Terlova, they've had plenty of chances in this first period so far. Looks for the back pass to Clark. Bougeot throwing her weight into it. The other side, Gabrielle David for Montreal. Poulin comes out again. She's got a few to get by. Fans on that, passes back. Far side. She's battling for it against Jinsey Rose. Players in this league love using the walls. Get those bounces off near side now into the corner. Coming through, Ottawa's Akani Shiga all alone in the neutral zone. Will just play keep away. Get some support from Zoe Boyd. And on the ice, Montreal can't send it through.
Shiga with a great job, just taking her time with the puck, turning back, giving her team a chance to change, get some reinforcements on the ice, fresh bodies.
Again, Ottawa finds themselves with some space in the Montreal zone. Ashton Bell, Daryl Watts still looking for a first goal here in Ottawa. Right now, the hometown team with 10 shots on goal, 4 going the other way. Zoe Boyd will keep it in for the team in red. And Desbiens will play it around the other way. Now Marchment. She shoots towards that. That's batted down. Looks for some space. Back behind again. but in transition, flying through is O'Neill. O'Neill again along the wall, battling for it. Gija trying to get her stick on it for Ottawa.
Kristen O'Neill is such a fast player. She brings that speed. She's so good along the wall.
And Stacy able to get it to Lagunière. Players feeling out their lines. Pashkova will tee it up. Back to Lagunière. And Ottawa now with some speed, coming in fast. The crowd feeling that one. Katie Tabin will play it quick. Near side, Stacy and Bougeot for Montreal, trying to defend their zone. The Emily Clark, Canadian national team player. And Jinsey Rose once again for Ottawa, protecting that blue line. Trying to, this time, Montreal will send it down.
Of course, Montreal is coached by Corey Chevry, and she's another coach with tons of experience coming into this level, an assistant coach with Team Canada. She's been on the bench with the Pittsburgh Penguins, has some NHL experience as well. So someone that's really going to be leaned on in this league. And very calm when we spoke to her before the game. Felt good. Now Aneta Terlova drawing it in and bounced right off. Another shot up high, that time for Jenner, looking for her teammates. Scamora driving it close. Becca Gilmore is just trying to get past Anne-Renee Desbiens. And it's a tough go early on here in Ottawa, still scoreless in the home opener. The PWHL is brought to you by Canadian Tire, Canada's store, and proud founding partner of the PWHL. Welcome back inside TD Place, still scoreless in the opening frame of this historic home opener in Ottawa. Ottawa having had 3 power play chances, including 1 3-on-5. Still Anne-Renee Desbiens in net, solid. And the defense right in front, Poulin doing what she can to stop the flow. Now Zoe Boyd keeping it in from the blue line. Long shot, body in front that time. Who else but Erin Ambrose, known for her blocking. And an offside call will slow things down. When you look at this Montreal team, and they've been better since the early penalties, but you can tell again that they're playing with a little bit of nerves. You see someone like Marie-Philippe Poulin, who's really trying to take take charge of this game. But this is a team that needs to just start getting pucks out, getting pucks deep, getting on their forecheck, put some pucks on net, and then see what can build from there.
I love that sign. I'm draft eligible in 2034. Yeah, we'll see you there. And Ottawa defending their zone quick. Akane Shiga. Far side. Plenty of time on the ice now. Laura Stacey will rim it around. Thanks for that support. Near side. Ottawa again. Physical play continues, and it's catching Kristen O'Neill a little off guard. Now it's getting very physical. The officials not calling that one. And they have been trying to be consistent, of course, in how they call the contact in this league. The players love the physicality. The fans do too.
Well, they're going to let most of that go. Of course, what we just saw in front of the net looked like it might be our first fight in the PWHL. I'm not sure that's what they're looking for.
I mean, we are here for many historic firsts, Becky. Back into the Montreal zone. Ottawa spent plenty of time here in this opening period. Still yet with a score. The shots on goal in-house tallied at 10-4. Ottawa just in front now. Kasparic looking to get her stick on it. That pressure from Lexia Gija. Brings it back the other way.
Both teams just looking to get off the boards right now. A lot of board work. You want to get the puck to the middle of the ice. That's when they're going to start to create offense.
Pushing to the outside, but here's Poulin. She knows how to bring it in. Got Maureen Murphy to try to help her out. Poulin just lay out a player instead. Does bring the puck back into the Ottawa zone. And Poulin, she was just down a second ago, and she's back down there.
I'll tell you what, she can play both ends of the ice, and she's a big, strong player.
Ambrose as well, protecting the blue line. So Ottawa spun around. Terlova keeps it in play off the glove. Poulin battle for it, but Terlova tearing it up down the near side, gets pinched in by fellow. And Ottawa skims it by, was hoping to connect with Clark on that one.
Ottawa just throwing everything they can at the net to see if something can beat Desbiens.
Yeah, Marchman using the boards and then going to collect it, but three players in red follow. And Ashton Bell calls for it, gets it. Just got to play away from the likes of Jillian Dempsey. Jillian Dempsey, a phenomenal player in the PHF. To the far wall. Finding that middle ground's big tough. There's the buzzer, and that'll do it for the first 20 minutes in Ottawa. Scoreless.
Well, we're not where any place unexpected. These are two very good goalies. I think we saw what we would have expected to see in a first period from these two teams. It's a first game. There was a little bit of tentativeness. I think you got to give that first period, though, to Ottawa. This is exactly what Coach Carla McLeod wanted from her team. She wanted them to come out. She wanted them to have some smiles on the face. We saw that in the intros. They played loose, and they got the bulk of the scoring chances.
All right, well, we will head into the first intermission. Stay with us. We have player interviews and many more stories to tell from the nation's capital at this historic home opener for the PWHL. Welcome back inside TD Place. First intermission for this Ottawa home opener against Montreal, and it's scoreless despite plenty of chances for the home team. I am pleased to be joined by Emily Clark, who's just about to head into the locker room. But Emily, your team has had the chances, as mentioned, played what seems to be a good style of game, at least trying to get those pucks to net, yourself included. What is your assessment of the first 20?
Yeah, I think we can go back in the room super happy with that first 20. Obviously, we came into this game just wanting to play and have fun and not worrying about winning or losing, but the process, and I think that's a great starting point for us.
Don't want to make any assumptions, but those first few minutes of a game like this, what was the energy like, and do you feel like that'll be more settled in the second period?
Yeah, absolutely. It's electric in here. I think both teams were feeding off the energy. It's such a special day for both teams. I'm really excited that we all get to experience this.
Well, thank you so much, Emily. You'll head back into the locker room, and we'll see you in the second period.
Thank you.
Still in the first intermission of this Ottawa home opener. Up next, we'll hear from the team's general manager. Welcome inside TD Place. And up in the broadcast booth, we are so pleased to welcome in Ottawa General Manager Mike Hirschfeld. It has been such a terrific first period. We were talking a little bit off camera about that. Obviously, you're kind of hoping there'll be some goals, but given the energy that's in this building, how are you assessing the start of this historic franchise?
Wow, it's just been an incredible night so far, and obviously a great game on the ice, but we're just so thrilled to be, here in Ottawa, have this kind of support. The community's really opened up their arms to us. So that's the biggest win of the night so far. But hopefully we can get a couple of goals. I totally agree with you.
Well, my counterpart, Becky Keller, of course, has played for Canada, and you have so many national team members. But for you, Becky, as well, this night means so much.
Oh, it's a huge night, and I think, for all of us, so fun to watch these women on the ice. A little jealousy, I think, for some of us that we never got this opportunity, but pretty happy to be here. But I had the opportunity to play with your head coach, Carla McLeod, and I wonder, she says you have a great relationship. She loves working with you, and I wonder what you see in your coaching staff.
Well, I have the fortune, I worked with NHL coaches for seven years and got to know, what really makes and constitutes a great coach. And to me, it's all about communication. She is the best communicator I've ever met, to be honest with you. She's so direct. She talks to people. She encourages them. She's so positive. So we're thrilled to have her, and she's really built a culture here, and the team's rallied around, and I can't say enough about her leadership.
Well, Carla also could not say enough about that collaboration and that approach to it. When you consider how much has to be done, talked about it. Puck drop yesterday was 125 days from when this league was announced to this. You helped be a part of that. You helped bring it to this venue. Just talk a little bit about that journey.
Yeah, I mean, I started in early September, but it's been fun ride. I can't. Been away from my family a lot. I've worked a lot of long hours, but it's been totally worth it. And just to see the crowd here tonight, it's super exciting for me, and just for these athletes to have this opportunity. They've worked so hard to get here. It's been a long road to get this league in place, as Becky was mentioning, and to have this opportunity for them to play in front of crowds and show their skills, that's the best part for me, because they are incredibly skilled. They're great hockey players, and it's super exciting that everyone now gets to see them.
Well, Mike, it's always interesting to me. I'm here because I grew up playing hockey as a female, and Jana Hefford, Carla McLeod. But I always wonder how someone like you would get into this game. What was it that sold you on taking a job with the PWHL?
Well, I'm a builder at heart. So we built the NHL Coaches Association where I came from. And when this opportunity was presented to me by Jana, the opportunity to build a legacy, to build a sport that, this league will have an impact not just on women's hockey, but on women's sports globally. To be a part of that, just in a tiny, tiny small way, was really exciting for me. So, again, thrilled to be here.
And Mike, your journey here also has taken many, many twists and turns. You've worked in so many different avenues, but your first sports job was in Ottawa. So what makes this market, this city, so great?
I think the fans are really passionate. They really support, a team that goes out and works hard. And again, you see that that's what we tried to build with our team. We wanted a group that was going to leave everything on the ice. And again, they've gotten behind them. So yeah, I worked for the Ottawa Lynx a long time ago. I've got a lot of gray hair. Got a lot of gray hair since then, but it's great to be back in this city, and thrilled to be here.
Yeah, always nice to see those full circle moments, and we'll certainly check in with you later on in the season as well. Glad that you could join us here for this historic first.
Thank you for having me, and look forward to the next two periods.
Yeah, this is just the first intermission of this Ottawa home opener against Montreal. Still scoreless, looking for that first franchise goal at TD Place. an electric night in Ottawa, and you can take that from the words of Emily Clark. Despite a scoreless first period, the team is feeling it here in this home opener. Sold out crowd at TD Place. And before the game, my wonderful counterpart, Becky Keller, had a chance to catch up with her former teammate and now captain of Montreal, Marie-Philippe Poulin.
Marie-Philippe, it's such an exciting day, but for you, you have played in every big moment, Olympics and World Championships, but what does this one mean?
Oh, it's hard to put into words. To be honest, watching yesterday, watching Toronto against New York, seeing the rink pack, we had shivers watching, and obviously having the chance to be on the ice tonight. It's big. It's a big moment for women's hockey, and being part of this moment is so special, and it doesn't go away from all the people that have been before us. And you're one of them, and there's so many people that have been there before us, and for us to continue this for the next generation, it's unbelievable, and I couldn't be prouder and happier to be here today for sure.
So for you, growing up outside of Montreal, presumably a Montreal Canadiens fan as a little girl, and now you're playing for Montreal, captain of the new franchise. Can you walk us through that day? It looked pretty spectacular. Cirque du Soleil. It couldn't be more Montreal than Cirque du Soleil and hockey. And can you walk us through that and what it meant to your team?
Yeah, obviously it was, I had no idea. We practiced in the morning and we knew we had a team activity at the Cirque du Soleil. We were able to watch, and it was unbelievable. Obviously, those athletes, it's unbelievable to watch them. But when I saw the main character jump on that ice with the Montreal jersey, obviously it was pretty awesome, but then realized it was my jersey with the C. It became pretty surreal. Saw my teammates, being able to share that with my teammates, my coaches, was a moment that's hard to explain, but obviously when you talk about franchise and Montreal and sport, Montreal is a big one, but being part of that leadership group, I'm not alone, and very thankful for that.
And a lot of players that you've looked up to, like you said, along the way, Caroline Ouellette being one, another big Montreal hockey player. Have you had a chance to talk to her along the way or leading into a game like this?
Yeah, she sent me a little text before the game. Obviously, she's a big reason to where I am today, and it's unbelievable to get texts before the game from old teammates, old friends that have been there before us, where they paved the way for all of us. I play with the Stars of Montreal, Canadiens, and those are all ladies that wanted to be part of this. And when they say have fun, enjoy the moment, we've been waiting for that moment. It does make it feel even more special, and obviously Caro is one of them.
So now you're the captain of this team. There's going to be close to 9,000 people in this rink tonight, a home Ottawa crowd. What do you say to your younger teammates, especially, or the ones that maybe haven't played in front of a crowd like this, to help calm the nerves and get them to focus and relax?
I was actually thinking about that, because I'm probably going to have to talk to myself a little bit, but just for them to enjoy the moment, to jump on that ice, take a look around, and just take it all in. We've been working for many years to be in that moment, on that ice, to have that full rink pack for all of us. It's going to be surreal. Just take it in, take the first couple shifts to take a breather, and then go from there.
Well, start to build rivalries. And I think, you're just down the road. I would imagine there'll be some Montreal fans here as well. But the rivalries that you might build, and you look across the ice and former teammates, some players maybe you don't know as well. What do you expect from a game like this?
It's going to be competitive. I think you saw it yesterday from the Toronto-New York game, but again, being part of this game against Ottawa today, being able to play against teammates, and we all want the same thing. You want to win, you want to push each other to be better, and that's what it's all about. If you want to be the best, you want to play against the best with the best, and that's what this league is all about. And we're all together throughout 6 teams, and obviously we're able to play against Ottawa for our first game today in front of their crowds. It's going to be amazing.
Well, thank you very much. Good luck tonight, and good luck with your season.
Thank you so much.
And how great was it catching up with your former teammate there? Of course, Poulin has had some chances also getting into that penalty trouble.
Well, she got on the score sheet, not the way we thought it would be.
No, not quite. The first period summary is brought to you by Sport Check, and it says no scoring. I think that tells the tale.
It does, but Ottawa had a lot of opportunities, and I think they really held Montreal at bay with the 10 shots. Great period for Ottawa. Coach Carla McLeod's getting exactly what she wanted out of her team, and she heard from a couple of her former coaches before this game, in Wally Kozak, a great coach. I was coached by him as well. Mark Johnson from the Miracle on Ice team, a coach of hers at Wisconsin, but it was Wally who said, Carla, coach from your soul. And I think that's exactly what she's doing here tonight.
Yeah, she wants her team to play, as in have fun playing as well. We'll see if they'll add a goal to that, but second period is underway in Montreal. Would like to be like New York last night, play spoiler. Poulin will get the first shot off towards the net at least for Montreal. Katie Taven will get a touch. That ends up back on the stick of Scamora.
Montreal looking sharp off that opening draw. Passes tape to tape.
Yeah, and Erin Ambrose, was looking for a teammate. And that one gets intercepted instead. Getting used to this Isa TD place. And that'll bring a penalty. Tripping call, and that goes against Brianne Jenner.
We see both the captains taking penalties in this game, and again, players that we
19
don't see in the
Ottawa,
penalty
2
box
minutes
too
for
much, but
tripping.
this is going to give Montreal an opportunity to go to the power play. And this is an area I think fans were looking forward to seeing. There's some power play specialists on this team. Erin Ambrose and Marie-Philippe Poulin, of course. Laura Stacey as well. It'll be interesting to see what this team can bring up a man.
Kristen O'Neill as well in the sand-colored uniforms for Montreal. Katie Taven, again, keeping it in on the blue line. Getting it out from the far wall. Patience has been key here.
Well, not the unit that we thought we'd see from Montreal. Katie Taven on the ice. She was a quarterback of the power play for the Toronto Six last year.
And Dominika Lashkova as well. Katie Taven quarterbacking this one. Here comes O'Neill. She's coming in with speed and fast. Mashmeyer closes it. And it's good. Again, Mashmeyer not very tested in that first period.
No, but she's out big, makes that save look easy. And as Montreal gets into the zone and gets their first really good scoring chance off of this power play, that's a little bit of a screen as well. Mashmeyer, no problem.
Yeah, this power play face-off for Poulin goes her way. Erin Ambrose straddling that blue line back to Poulin and just teeing it up in front. Stacey's waiting patiently. She'll grab it back below the goal line this time. A little turnaround as Montreal continues. Ambrose from the point feeds to Stacey, trying to create that space. Ambrose, she gets blocked by Mrazova, getting a little taste of her own medicine there. And Ambrose can't get her stick on it that time. The home crowd, of course, liking what they're seeing. First time getting a look at Ottawa's penalty kill.
And this is a unit that we thought we would see from Montreal out on the ice right now.
Poulin can't keep control. Grab it from the far side. Stacey tees it up a little back and forth. Teresa Vanisova, rather, as well out on the ice, right in front of the net. Another clutch player, plenty of clutch players on this unit. Ambrose gets by one, gets stopped instead by Della Rovere, and that puck does not quite touch the crease that time. Stacey is shrugging off Terlova. Montreal with 2 scoring chances in their first power play of the game, so we're still scoreless here in Ottawa. Montreal feeling some momentum though. That one gets stopped midway. And Ashton Bell now settles it back. Stop, that's a big momentum shifter there too. Dominika Lashkova.
Get that first penalty kill in and definitely can turn the tides of things, give you a little bit of momentum.
Lashkova, part of that Czech national team, that actually played for Carla McLeod.
Managed to win 2 bronze medals under Carla McLeod. Czechia, pretty impressive over the last 2 World Championships.
And there's a big shot towards net. Again, that body block. And Renee Desbiens dialed in. Other side wall. Montreal's defense just getting sticky, playing to the outside as Lafleur hoping to feed it. That one wide. Desbiens will play it. Jill confident in getting out of position. Behind their own net now, Montreal. Forechecking, aggressive from Ottawa's Gabby Hughes. Has to be expected. Daryl Watts now shoots high, and it's off the glass that time. Akani Shiga digging in. Now another big shot, that one wide as well for Ottawa. They've been trying to get those pucks to the net. Terlova in front. No tip in for Watts. Rebound the other way. Ottawa collecting them though. Akani Shiga takes it, sends it back to the point. Tough go Terlova now. Through the middle with a quick touch. Jinsey Rose was hoping for something there.
What a great shift by this line. Shiga, Daryl Watts.
Now Shiga coming in. Just trying to keep control, but Desbiens out of position. And the crowd can feel it too, Becky.
I don't think you can give Daryl Watts too many opportunities. She's had a few in this game. She hasn't connected yet, but she's getting close.
Montreal, though, keeping it in the neutral zone. With this back and forth, but Della Rovere, she'll make it hard. Alexia Gia can't keep her stick on it. Now we go the other way. Marchman, big shot by Tapen, saved by Maschmeyer.
Oh, that's a great save. That puck changed directions. Maschmeyer had to be sharp, and that's one of the first big saves that she's had to make. Most of the plays gone the other way, and look at this stretch pass. Ottawa's just trying to get in behind. They do. How about Desbiens coming out to play that puck?
So confident. I mean, these are the best two goaltenders. And you're looking at the 1-2 punch for Canada's national team. Now they're playing against one another. Taben rather, has to fire it off for Montreal. Again, Ottawa moving forward. No call on that one. Zoe Boyd gives chase down deep. Nice and call.
The crowd looking for a penalty call on that one. The referee says no. They've been calling some of those, though. You see those trips, and quite often those are the ones they go to the box for. But for the most part, the whistles have gone away. Ottawa doing a great job, just a battle for body position. Get through in the neutral zone. She gets
and again,
now.
both these teams, Becky, have had those chances on the power play. Ottawa 3 times. Montreal just once in this period. The anticipation builds. Poulin will drive the puck down the near wall. Brianne Jenner, the other captain, she'll body bump to free that puck. Here comes Becky Gilmore in red. Drop pass back into the slot now. Jenner hopes to feed it to Becky in front. Score! The puck is loose. Desbiens. And that was a scramble that could have made something.
Well, that was some great puck movement by Ottawa, starting with Brianne Jenner. And a great cross-ice pass for that opportunity. Becky Gilmore cannot find her way past Desbiens again, but watch this. Jenner, just nice backhand pass. Handles the puck, takes her time, finds that seam, hits Gilmore cross-ice. Desbiens gets across again.
And Scamora getting down low, too, trying to change that angle. Back in the Montreal zone will be Gabby Hughes taking this face-off for Ottawa. She's flanked by Clark, Grant Mentis. And it goes the other way. It's an offside call.
Montreal just doing everything they can to get the puck out of their zone right now.
All smiles, though. Despite being scoreless here, Ottawa still looking for that first goal at home.
They're having a good time.
Back to the action inside TD Place, and we are happy to bring in, into the broadcast booth, Jayna Hefford. It is so great you're going to join us for this next little bit. Are you excited?
I'm excited. We're hoping for a goal here soon.
Well, Jayna, I played against you and with you for a long time, and I know that's one thing that for sure you would bring is the offense. I love the defense right now.
That's why we played well together.
We talked about the physical play. It's already an element in this game. Talked about it being a big part of yesterday's game too. Now in front, a big chance. Desbiens, too easy. Turns it away. And Montreal will capitalize. Taking it back the other way, teeing it up. O'Neill, she gets stopped in between. Teralova lays down her stick. And it's enough for the hometown team to regroup.
The offensive opportunities are coming now. That's a couple of big chances either way.
Now another shot towards the blocks continue here in this game. Zoe Boyd just back behind those one-timers. So much speed. Mikani Shiga draws that penalty, and Ottawa will go on their 4th power play of the game.
Mikani Shiga showing what she does well with that skill. She draws a penalty. She's going to put Ottawa back on the power play for the 4th time to see if they can connect. They're coming so close. You see Shiga, nice little move. And then down she goes. Montreal's going to go back to the box.
96 Montreal, 2 minutes tripping.
And Jayna, we talked about officiating actually off the air earlier today, and consistency has been key.
For us, there was a few things. One was that we needed to find the best officials to match the professionalism of this league and the best players in the world. That was first and foremost. And second for us was that we needed consistency from period to period, game to game, and that's something we've stressed with this officiating crew for the entire season.
Well, I think the fans have loved the physicality and the fact that they've let the body contact go, and people that don't know women's hockey have been a little bit surprised by it.
Well, the game's always been very physical, and the challenge has been, as you know from playing the game, was that there was an inconsistency and hard to know where the line was from game to game. And so what we've tried to implement here is there's a lot of physical contact along the boards. Of course, there's no open ice hits, but anything along the boards, that's the way the athletes want to play the game.
And now he could get a chance, shorthanded. Poulin with room, drives it, and Mashmeyer not only turns it away, but that's going to bring some more damage to what we're seeing for the special teams here.
Well, and who else but Marie-Philippe Poulin to draw that penalty? She turns on the gas and gets a great scoring chance, which is now going to result, by the looks of it, in a penalty shot.
Tripping, penalty shot.
Now, I'd like to say this is exactly what the fans want, but this might be what the fans want in Montreal. One of the most prolific goal scorers in women's hockey to be at the center ice all by herself with that puck.
What a moment. And Jayna Hefford's here to witness it with us in the booth.
So what every women's hockey fan wants to see right now, Marie-Philippe Poulin on a penalty shot.
And the very first of the PWHL. Oh, there's the crowd though. Poulin tees it up. Takes it near side. Patience, and Mashmeyer reads it. Close the book, she's good. One-on-one with Poulin.
Of course, there's two players that have some familiarity with each other, and Mashmeyer and Poulin, and you know with the national team, they practice that stuff. So you gotta wonder who has the advantage. I don't know, Jayna, what you think about that, if it's the goaltender or if it's the shooter.
Well, they certainly know each other well, but you know, what a tough environment for Poulin. The whole place is booing her, and Mash is standing tall today.
You know, Poulin's such a clutch goal scorer. I had to think as soon as the booing started, she was going to score for sure.
She loves those moments.
She sure does.
Well, what an opportunity, though shorthanded, because again, Ottawa is on the power play. They have the player advantage. Montreal's doing what they can, of course, to change that. These offensive-minded penalty-killing units, and Mashmeyer nearly caught out of position. Teralova loses her stick. Watts settles it back.
I think Montreal got a little burst of energy from that penalty shot. You can see them coming at Ottawa hard.
Aaron Ambrose looks to clear it out of the zone. Does enough, so it's a foot race. And now another chance. That one in the glove. Easy for Maschmeyer. The crowd is behind her.
Bate with a scoring opportunity. Maschmeyer's had to be strong on this penalty kill, or on this power play, excuse me. A couple of the biggest saves that she's made. Her team is on the power play. See, Bate comes in, gets herself to the middle of the ice, tries to use that defenseman as a screen. Maschmeyer's able to glove that one down.
A defensive battle breaking down. We do have Jana Hefford in the booth with us, but right now a chance for Montreal. Off the draw just as quickly. Ottawa takes it away, finds himself back in the offensive zone, and a chance, shoots in front. Massive stop. And again, they'll come back for more this time. Gabby Hughes driving the action back behind the net. Trying to get our stick on it is Michaela Grant-Mentis. Amanda Boulier as well into the glove that time of Desbiens. And Jana, to see this defensive battle playing out, what do you make of it?
Well, this crowd has just been so good since the beginning, and love to see, a goal for the home crowd for sure. But these games are going to be tight all season. There's so much parity across the league, and it's going to be really fun to see these rivalries develop. But from night to night, any team can win, and that's something that's I think new for women's hockey, and something the fans are really going to get behind.
Seeing that play out here, the parity, and Ottawa again. The speed on the puck. And Bugeaud will weave through traffic. Lafleur with a shot. Doesn't get close to the net that time. Near side, and Della Rovere hoping to catch that pass forward. And that's a shot. Almost a blind one. Back behind the net, wraparound attempt. Here comes Agia through traffic. Montreal doing enough to help out Desbiens. Zoe Boyd can't keep it in. Pressure mounts. Haley Scamora, the only player in red. Stacy will tee it up. Lafleur into the glove, that time of Maschmeyer. Thank you so much, Jana Hefford, for joining us in the booth, witnessing the first ever PWHL penalty shot. We'll be back with more from the nation's capital, scoreless in Ottawa. The PWHL is brought to you by Bread Financial, official inaugural partner of the PWHL. Welcome back inside TD Place, and we find ourselves in the Ottawa zone. Face-off between Haley Scamora and Kristen O'Neill. O'Neill wins it for Montreal. Stacy shoots back. That was a soft bounce off of those end boards. Ashton Bell weaving through, helped by Scamora that time. Again, protecting between the blue lines here. Ottawa finds themselves in there. Scamora digging in. Back the other way, and Aaron Ambrose looked to take a hit, and that is stopped.
Kristen O'Neill's been a bit of a target here tonight.
Yeah, Kristen O'Neill that time. In front, though, Ottawa. Becca Gilmore was trying to get on it, but instead, Montreal looking to feed it up to Laura Stacey. Definitely a forward you want to get the pucks to. Chips it up, a big chance for Ottawa, getting in close. She scores! Michaela Grant-Mentis gets the goal for Ottawa, first in franchise history.
And gives this crowd an opportunity to go wild. Michaela Grant-Mentis, leading scorer in the PHF last year, PHF MVP. A player that is used to getting on the board, and she comes up big here in their home opener for Ottawa. You just take a look, that's a nice little chip pass. Grant-Mentis gets in behind, comes in, forehand, backhand, and just waits out the sprawling Desbiens. That is some great patience. That's a goal scorer's goal.
From Brampton, Ontario, Michaela Grant-Mentis makes Ottawa history. We'll just let the crowd do the talking, Becky.
It's so good they've given this an opportunity to let the crowd go before they drop this puck again.
Hard not to feel the love. Of course, the home team shut out in the league opener. It's got to feel good if you're New York.
And what a game that was. New York coming away 4-0, but it really wasn't a 4-0 game. Toronto dominated the second period.
We're showing the goal again in-house. The officials having a chat as well, maybe just confirming the final moments, but plays it so well. Tough to get by Anne-Renee Desbiens.
Well, it is tough to get by her, and she gets big, comes across with that pad, but they're taking a look at this to see if it went under the net instead of around the post.
That would be a moment as well for the PWHL to take back something like that. Right now, Grant-Mentis, of course, chatting with her teammates. Hughes, Clark out on the ice. Reese, Rose.
Well, they're going to take a look at this, but we've seen it again, and it does look like it goes under the post as opposed to around.
The crowd, the crowd, of course, already reacting to it. So there is the moment. I think they've realized now what has happened.
And you can see as Desbiens hits the post, the net comes up just a little bit, and this puck actually slides under the net as opposed to just inside the post.
For Becky, in these moments, would that be a motivating factor now for you to just go out and get it again?
Well, it's interesting because it could be motivating to either team. If you're Montreal, you've given up a bunch of scoring opportunities. Desbiens come up big for you. You just got away with that one. Maybe it's time to turn your game around.
Après la reprise vidéo, la rondelle est entrée en dessous du poteau. No goal.
You hear it from the official now. No goal, still scoreless in Ottawa. As if this game didn't have enough tension, Becky, before. And now with that, to have that big eruption from the crowd, they've got to bottle that energy back again, hoping for another chance.
Well, we're starting to see all sorts of firsts in this league. Of course, that's the first goal that's been called back on review. But this game is a 0-0 game, but it certainly has not been for lack of opportunity.
The beginning of a rival, we've talked about it, just down the road, basically, Montreal and Ottawa. Ottawa's going to want that one back so bad, and Poulin wants to play it up instead, looking for some help right in front. Clarkson now. Ottawa will scoop it back.
Ottawa sends this puck down the ice. This will give Montreal an opportunity for an offensive zone face-off. They haven't had a whole lot of those. needs this offensive zone start that maybe can help them out if they're able to win this face-off. Of course, Marie-Philippe Poulin in the circle, that certainly increases their chances.
Yeah, she's flanked by Vanisova, Maureen Murphy as well. Montreal in their sand-colored uniforms, and the puck goes up back behind the back of Poulin, but Murphy still a big one-timer off the boards. Mashmeyer nearly caught out of place, but Ottawa's helping out and trying to create that chance in transition. Hughes can't keep her feet under it. Tough go, but Grant Mentis back out on the ice. Just had that goal returned. Hughes teed up in front of the crease, looking for a tip-in or coming back behind. Rimmed it around. Stopped by Jinsey Rose. And Jinsey Rose takes it away, shoots into the glove. That time it's rebounded. Again, Ottawa keeping the pressure. Building Daryl Watts as well out on the ice. She had chances now. Watts takes it in. One wide. It's now quiet here. Montreal looks superior, can't. Here's a shot. That one off the body. Trying to get in front is Shiga. Akani Shiga again.
Montreal is under pressure right now. They're just looking for a change. That's that second period change. It's a long change. Hard to get everyone off the ice.
Aaron Ambrose, though, can't quite connect on that. And Ottawa again. Shiga this time. Patience. Looks for the pass. Can't get it. Sandrova in front. Gasparich. She'll tee it up. Agia as well. In red in the slot down deep. Gasparich rims it. See Agia back behind the net of Devian. Fanny Gasparich, Hungarian national player, played in the PHF, so much experience. Alexia Gia again taking the physicality, she shoots and up high. Again, Ottawa regains the rebound. Della Rovere in front, no tip in, off the pad it looked like. This time Ottawa keeps the sustained pressure in the offensive zone. Katie Tabin clears it out for Montreal.
Well, that's Ottawa's fourth line. That is a great shift for any line, but certainly that's what you want from your fourth line, that kind of zone time and that kind of pressure.
Zoe Boyd now gonna help Ottawa get it out. 9th round draft pick. 6th round rather. Debian. Again, Montreal finds himself deep in their own zone out here on the road in nation's capital. Got some options, LaFleur as well on the wing. The stick on it.
Ottawa just has them on their heels. Montreal struggling to get the puck out of their zone with any sort of possession. Montreal's just turning it right back in, getting it back in deep and going at them.
Ryan Keppel can't quite beat Ottawa to it. Montreal again now, clearing it out. Finding their feet, Bugeaud dumps it. Still scoreless in Ottawa. There was a chance earlier, turned over. Ashton Bell was trying to build something off that play.
Montreal or Ottawa looked like they had something going there, and that puck just goes off the backhand.
And Emily Cortland into the crowd it goes.
Well, that one gets the crowd on their feet when they know their team's going back to the power play.
And there's a chance now. We'll see how things develop just after the break. Still scoreless in Ottawa. Canadian Tire is a proud founding partner of the PWHL. Canadian Tire, Canada's store, here to make life in Canada better. Ottawa 0 for 4 on the power play, now a fifth chance. Leah Lum taking this penalty for Montreal for delay of game.
Well, there's a versatile player. It's her first penalty. She was a centerman last year when she played for the Toronto Six. She's playing D here. Player that has also played for Team China. She's got some experience.
Yeah, spent extensive years playing in China as well. And another chance for the hometown team. Emily Clark has her stick on it. But now, we've seen the shorthanded chances with Montreal earlier. Resulted in a penalty shot for Captain Poulin. As the score tells the story, that one stopped by Emerence Mashmeyer. So Gabby Hughes now will play at center. It's an offside.
Well, and you're right about that. Some of Montreal's best offensive opportunities have actually come when they're on the penalty kill, so they may actually welcome this. Get their offense going again, and maybe for the first time in PWHL history, we'll see a shorthanded goal and they'll be able to spring that player from the penalty box.
Still so many firsts on the table in the PWHL. Of course, Carla McLeod not thinking about that, just wants to get her team together. They have been playing together so far. Now finds himself on their fifth power play opportunity. Ashton Bell will settle it. Got to shrug away Poulin, and a big shot fired in. Becca Gilmore was teed up for that tip-in, but Daviette, just to bring everyone up to speed, 20 saves so far.
Yeah, it's been a pretty impressive performance so far. One of the things that I think Ottawa has done a really good job of is trying to get net front, try to take Daviette's eyes away. She's such a good goaltender, but if she can't see it, she can't stop it. You can see that that's something that they're really focusing on.
Shots on goal right now, 20-9 in favor of Ottawa. Fifth power play chance here. Ashton Bell tees it up. She's got some players to work with. Gilmore on the point, bringing that into the middle. Boyd out, big shot in, it touches down! Ottawa's first goal!
And that one looks like it's gonna be good. And there's another defenseman getting on the score sheet. Same thing in the Toronto-New York game yesterday. First goal by a D. And finally a power play marker.
Haley Scamora will soak it in. This crowd, I guess, got a rehearsal earlier from what would have been for Michaela Grant-Mentis, but this moment is all Scamora.
And I'm sorry, it is Scamora that scored that goal, so not a defenseman, but Scamora familiar to getting on the score sheet with Team USA, and now here with the PWHL.
The anticipation was building as it was, and the crowd's still on their feet this time. Happy it is counted and it is on the scoreboard.
Now it's just a bullet. She rips that one upstairs and over the glove. What a shot.
You have to think with all those chances, so power play goal. Montreal's not going to waste any time though. Katie Tabin sends it around. Mashmeyer rims it. Back behind the end boards this time. Akani Shiga, she's had some good looks, but getting pestered by Bugeaud. Bit of a tough matchup. Ottawa again poised as Jinsey Rose taps it in, keeps it from the blue line. And that is, by the way, the first power play goal of the PWHL and first home team goal. Both belong to Haley Scamora.
And there's the impressive stat, the first home team goal. Toronto, with all the opportunities they had yesterday, could not manage one.
She was helped by Zoe Boyd and Ashton Bell. Bell, who's had some chances too. Now Montreal played quick off the stick that time. Getting few chances, but in front, touches net!
Wow, and that didn't take long for Montreal to come back and even this one up when they've been in their own zone almost the entire period. Claire Dalton gets to respond and, of course, make history for Montreal. First franchise goal happens to be on the road. You're going to have to do that if you want to get back in this game.
Gets it by Mashmeyer.
Well, this is exactly what you want if you're Montreal, is to quiet this crowd, try to silence them. Obviously, the Ottawa goal really got this crowd into it. Montreal comes right back down the ice, puts a bit of a damper on the spirits here in Ottawa.
Well, you go from this defensive battle to just back-to-back goals so quickly. That one at even strength, of course, for Montreal. Certainly instills confidence on both sides. Laura Stacey now hasn't had too much time with the puck. Poulin as well, a line mate looking for that support.
Looks like maybe a little bit of shift in the line. Stacey on this line with Poulin.
Yeah, rather. That's the truth. And then right in front, Mashmeyer makes the save, rebound in traffic. And in front, Mashmeyer reads it, goes into the corner. So yeah, Montreal has shifted their lines. Stacey and Poulin were together. Stacey going off to the bench now. Jillian Dempsey assisting on that historic first goal for Montreal. Right in front though, Ottawa nearly getting a go-ahead. They're gonna keep it. Grant Mentis would love to add to the score sheet. Poulin.
Grant Mentis did a good job to chase that down, so it negated the icing.
Now Fanny Gasparic. Can't keep it in, official. That puck bounces off and De La Robert passes it back to Agia. Poulin just pesters and now back behind the net this time. Montreal. Bete settling it down. Zoe Boyd already with an assist. Here driving in close. Body splayed out on the ice for Montreal. A little touch over to Jinsey Rose. That gets scooped up instead. Physical battle along the near side wall. This opens up a chance now. Murphy, the quick redirection. Looks for the pass. Big shot up high. Off the glass that time. Lum tees it up. Now the scrum behind the net. And just like that, the second period comes to a close in what we thought was just going to be a defensive battle to the end. You never know how things go. We get first goal by Ottawa. Haley Scamora on the power play, and then a response from Claire Dalton, even strength for Montreal.
Well, and Ottawa clearly dominated that period territorially. They really took the play to Montreal. Unfortunately for Ottawa, the only place that statistically they have not won the battle is on the scoreboard. Montreal very fortunate to come out of this period with a 1-1 tie.
And as the teams head to the locker room, we'll head to break. We'll have another interview lined up, plus plenty more right here. We're all tied at 1 in the nation's capital. Welcome back to the second intermission. I'm so pleased to be welcomed by Aaron Ambrose with Montreal. What a second period. So much going on. Both teams now with one goal. Let's talk about that and what it has meant, this back and forth in the second frame.
Yeah, I think I still don't think we've played our best hockey yet. I think as a group we want to come out with a little bit more in the third period, but it's pretty awesome to be in this atmosphere. It's so good that Ottawa had to score their first goal twice, but pretty exciting right now to be a part of this, and obviously a really close game too.
I mean, you're no stranger to the big stage, part of the national team, played in all of those incredible events, but when you have a moment like this, we have to talk about it. Your first game, obviously on the road, but what does it mean to you, Aaron?
It's pretty incredible. I got a little bit emotional during warm-ups. Got to give a shout out to my nephew, Joseph James Dello. He's at his first ever hockey game today, and I got to see him during warm-ups, so a pretty special moment to have him here, to have my sister and my mom here, and then obviously an even bigger moment for women's hockey. So it's an honor to be a part of, and truthfully is a groundbreaking year for us as female athletes and female hockey players.
And what a story for him to tell as well into the future. Thank you so much, Aaron.
Thank you, Danielle.
And just as Aaron Ambrose said, so nice they had to do it twice. Ottawa getting their first franchise goal by Haley Scamora. We're all tied at 1 in the second intermission.
For having us here and allowing us to have this ceremony.
Excited to announce Emily Clark is one of our assistant captains.
So obviously an incredible honor. Our job is just to empower everyone to bring their best selves, and really excited.
Our next assistant is just incredible at connection, really highly respected, Jinsey Rose.
I'm just so honored that I get to wake up and play hockey for a living and to be considered a leader. Like, it's not something I take lightly, and I'm just super grateful.
For our captain, a mover in our game for years. We're incredibly thrilled today to announce our first captain of PWHL Ottawa, Brianne Jenner.
Obviously, it's a huge honor. Carla and Mike spoke about how the leadership we have in this hockey club, and I think it's a dressing room that's full of great hockey players and great leaders. So to be here in Ottawa, we've been welcomed so warmly by this community, and we're just counting the minutes till we can hit the ice in front of them.
Congratulations. We know you'll make Ottawa proud. the Ottawa Senators and Nico Hischier of the New Jersey Devils come to center ice for the ceremonial faceoff. Thank you. Merci, and let's go, Ottawa!
The first of many PWHL Ottawa captains, Brianne Jenner. Her resume says it all. 2022 Olympic MVP, an incredibly humble, hard worker. She's done so much. One of the many players involved in actually building this league to what it is. And earlier today, before the game, I had a chance to catch up with her. Brianne, your first game in a league that you have helped build. Everyone I have spoken to always mentions your name and the hard work that you've put in. What will be going through your mind that first shift?
Obviously, it's really exciting on a number of levels. Obviously, as a player, you're excited to play a hockey game, but you know, a lot of people put in a lot of work over a lot of years to get to this point, and I know, you know, our generation of players are just taking it over the finish line. We feel pretty grateful to be able to step on the ice tonight, but we're certainly thinking of the players that came before us, the coaches that came before us, volunteers, refs, that all dedicated themselves to women's hockey.
And now you get to captain this Ottawa team, a team with players obviously from North America, but also Hungary, Japan, and Czechia. What has it been like to build that chemistry?
Oh, it's been so much fun. We have a great locker room. We have a lot of fun together. There's just so much experience in it as well, and so many great perspectives that we can draw upon. Like you said, we've got a lot of diversity in our team, and I think that's something that we can make a strength of ours.
And just quickly before I let you go, taking a look around, it's crowded with fans holding signs. What would you like to say to those young fans?
You know what, it's, you know, thank you for the support, and thank you for being here tonight, and we're so excited to get a chance to play in front of this crowd and you know, give the girls a dream, a league to dream about playing in. That's, I think, what makes this night, you know, it's not just a hockey game, it's so much more than that, and it's pretty exciting to see all these young faces. I know I've got my kids in the crowd, my two nephews and niece are there. My niece just started hockey this year, so for her to be here and see this is pretty special.
Well, all the best and thank you.
Thanks.
We'll be back. Ottawa able to get on the board, and same with Montreal. We're tied at 1 here in the second intermission. Welcome back to the nation's capital. The PWHL has arrived, and through 2 periods, we're tied at 1. What a game between these two so far. See how it all ends in potentially the next period or more. Daniela Ponticelli alongside Becky Keller, and we showed you at home how Ottawa did their captaincy announcement. Well, Montreal, just adds a little bit of extra flair. They have to do it in a very Montreal way.
Ce partenariat avec le Cirque du Soleil, c'est d'annoncer la nomination de Marie-Philippe Poulin et du groupe de leadership d'une façon bien spéciale.
Ça, je pensais pas que ça allait aujourd'hui, très unique, très spécial. Pour le mentionner, je suis pas toute seule. On a un grand groupe ici de leaders aussi dans la salle.
We believe that as a coaching staff and as an organization, this is the group that is really going to help lead our team to where we want to be at the end of the season.
Et chaque jour est important. On veut créer une culture, on veut créer une chimie d'équipe avec ces gens ici. Tout le monde a une voix dans l'équipe, c'est ça qui est très important.
Elle fait toujours passer les autres en premier, et puis je pense qu'il n'y a pas de meilleure personne pour être la capitaine de la première équipe de la LPHF à Montréal.
Very, very lucky. I think a bunch of us are up here, but this team is all of us.
What an incredible way. Of course, Cirque du Soleil born and continues to be a presence in Montreal so proudly. Quebec, and the show Crystal is, of course, the first ice skating show or show on ice that have combined both of that. Montreal, though, quite acrobatic in what they were doing out on the ice as well, and some great physical play, too, in the second period.
Oh, it was a great second period. I think a little bit greater if you're an Ottawa fan. They did really carry the play, but Montreal had their moments, and they really did show why they are so dangerous offensively. Doesn't take them many opportunities to have to put one in the net.
And that's what we have seen in the second period. Of course, we're tied at 1 here in the second intermission, the game moving quite quickly in Ottawa. But Becky, your takeaways from that second frame?
Well, I think one of the things you want to look at when you go through that second frame is, again, it doesn't take that many opportunities. Ottawa has had a ton. You look at the shots, they've statistically, Ottawa has carried the play, but the game is still a 1-1 game. You've got 2 big goalies at either end that are going to keep this game tight. So Ottawa not able to carry the way with the score, and Montreal's going to keep this game close.
The scoring summary brought to you by Ream Canada. And I love to see the number 1. Of course, these are all first for everyone. Haley Scamora's first goal, Zoe Boyd, Ashton Bell, their first assist, Claire Dalton, her first goal, and Jillian Dempsey as well. Here are the highlights from that period.
Well, we saw a lot of firsts, like you said, with the goals, but with this as well, this is the PWHL's first penalty shot. Marie-Philippe Poulin, who else would you want to take that? Maschmeyer shuts the door, and then we see the first goal called back. Grant Mentis, that looked like a beauty, but you look at it on review, that net popped up, it slid under the side of the net, so that's called back to keep this game 0-0, and you can see the laughs, but also the disappointment. She can see that.
She handled that really well.
She did, but then we get our first real goal, Scamura, and the excitement that this team feels. First power play marker as well, but Montreal, not to be denied, come back down the ice, and they get on the board to tie it up. That was a little surprising given the way that the play of the second period had gone.
Yeah, given how lopsided those shots on goal have been. 22 for the home team, Ottawa, 13 through 40 minutes for Montreal. But again, Becky, we've seen that. It just matters to get the puck in the net, and so many blocks as well. That's where the shots on goal don't really tell a full story.
Yeah, they don't show necessarily the territorial play, but listen, when you've got a goalie like Anne-Renee Desbiens, if you're Montreal, now you're just playing for your one opportunity. She's there when you need her. They're going to want to play better in front of her, though. We saw the lines go into a bit of a blender at the end of the second period. We see that again here. Laura Stacey moving up onto that top line with Marie-Philippe Poulin and Venisova.
And we're underway in the third. And quickly for a foot race into the Ottawa zone. Poulin will chip it up. And Maschmeyer reading that one so quickly.
That's a smart decision by Maschmeyer to glove that one down, and that is what this line is going to bring. They're going to bring a lot of speed. You get someone like Vanisova, arguably the fastest player in the PHF last year.
We're back in the Ottawa zone into the glove just as quickly.
This line's clicking right away. Poulin with the one face-off to Laura Stacey, who gets that off quick. Maschmeyer is able to make that glove save. Looks like Montreal's come out with a little bit of different energy in this period.
Scamora, the goal scorer for Ottawa, just as quick. Stacey, gotta keep your eye on it.
Second face-off, 1 second great scoring opportunity. You see Ottawa's going to change their line, see if they can change things in the face-off circle.
Well, the official online shop of the PWHL is now open. Gear up for game day with jerseys and apparel for your favorite team. Visit shop.thepwhl.com to complete your game day fit. And just on this note here, Becky, getting word that they've added an assist on that Claire Dalton goal for Montreal. Secondary assist assessed to Marchment.
Of course, everyone's going to want to get their points when they can.
Absolutely, especially your first one. We want to showcase that with Kennedy Marchment. Now Ambrose keeping it in from the blue line. Chance to talk to her during the break. All business, but also soaking in this moment here in Ottawa. And that was a big hit into the boards. It'll cost Montreal their 6th penalty of the game, when that half is right now just a delayed penalty. Ottawa still with possession, and Emily Clark wearing the A for the team. Big shot, and that one up into the meshing. Big shot by Grant Mentis, talking about her great composure, but now a chance on the power play again.
Well, another power play chance just after they connected last period, but Montreal came out a little bit of juice in their boots. They were taking the play to Ottawa, and then they take this penalty. Gives Ottawa an opportunity to go back down the ice, change the momentum just a little bit.
Yeah, Teresa Vanisova getting the call for boarding. That'll bring us back to this. Montreal's penalty kill unit, though, getting plenty of work tonight on the road at that. We have seen them with some shorthanded chances. That penalty shot, of course, from Poulin was when they were shorthanded. Terlova will drop pass it back in Ottawa. They are hoping to connect again. Find some success. Looks for Mazova. Now Jinsey Rose will give Jason a quick note on Jinsey Rose. She led the power play back when she was playing Triple-A hockey alongside Matthew Tkachuk of the NHL. It was back in St. Louis, so knows a thing or two about working that power play unit.
So many of these girls have come through different avenues to get where they are. And a lot through girls hockey, but some still through boys hockey and playing at the highest level. And
again, just teeing things up, having to be patient with this Montreal power play unit, pestering them over and over. Kristen O'Neill doing so much work in the slot. But Haley Scamora, the goal scorer, first ever in Ottawa PWHL history, will be offside.
Well, Kristen O'Neill really getting in on the forecheck on this penalty kill, and she has been a thorn in the side of this Ottawa team all night. You can see she doesn't shy away from the rough stuff, engaged in a bit of a fight early on. She gets in on that forecheck, and she's a player that you gotta hate to play against.
Crowd getting told to get loud. We'll see a neutral zone drop just outside the Montreal zone. Montreal, no clear win on that. High off the glass that time. Maschmeyer will settle it back. Scamora, near side, coming in with speed. Open to get by Ambrose. A wraparound. Jenner waiting low down near the net. Boyd playing it quick. Back to Bell. Boyd looking for room. And there's a tee up. Gilmore hoping for that friendly face in the slot, but Bell with the neutral zone far side. Becca Gilmore brings the speed up high off the glass and pile up in the crease. Plays on Ashton Bell. To the far side, working the perimeter, shrugs that Montreal player off, whiffs on it, Gilmore, and now going back the other way. We are even strength, and Montreal skates in. Gabby Hughes. Now Clark. Through traffic, Clark still has the puck. Has to redirect. That one far side. Savannah Harmon working the blue line there for Ottawa. Now Captain looking to connect. Laura Stacey can't get past Harmon that time. Skims the far wall, no settling puck.
Ottawa does a good job on the course of that power play to get in, but they're not able to get set up. Montreal still engaged in this. They don't take their offensive opportunities when they can get them.
Laying the line, Bonnie Gasparich. Looks for Jinsey Rose. And now the puck again. Ottawa able to take over control. Rose feeds it up. Shot deflected. That could have been a tough call there for Montreal. Sarah Lafleur was in the fray. Now down to the near side wall. O'Neill frees the puck, tries to find Murphy, but instead it'll be Marazova. Gives chase for Ottawa. Creates another chance here. Lexia Gia digging in red. Back to the point. Ottawa tees up a shot in front. Oh, it trickles by instead. Gia tries to find an open lane. Pressure from Ottawa, maintained. Razova feeds it through far side, and Patience Debiashi scores!
Well, there's another point shot. Ottawa puts on that into traffic, and it causes all sorts of fits for Montreal.
Katarina Razova lights it up for goal number 2 for Ottawa.
You can see Ottawa doing some good job in the zone. Possessive puck, throws that to the front of the net. They've got 2 players there creating traffic, creating a disturbance for Desbiens. Razova gets a stick on that and puts it into the empty cage.
And Connie Shiga as well, out on the ice. She played it well. She was patient for it. And that gives the hometown team a 2-1 lead.
This is just what Carla McLeod had said, that she feels she's got depth scoring again. That's her third line. They've had all sorts of chances tonight.
She talked about the fact that every team in this league has the star players. It is the best on best of women's hockey. So that depth is key. Ottawa able to find it here.
Well, and that's just it. She said she feels like the star players are going to cancel each other out. So it's who's third and fourth lines can really make a difference.
Well, Jenner's digging in from the near wall, shooting it out with Gilmore. So much love for goal number 2 for Ottawa, and here's another chance in front. That one. Savannah Harmon. Seems like when Ottawa, Becky, finds themselves in their own zone, they're quick to get out.
They've had no problems breaking out. And again, so Montreal's going to want to take a look at that forecheck. A lot of times they've been hemmed in by the time they get the puck down the ice. They're going for a line change.
And so Leah Lum looks around, grabs the puck in the Montreal zone. There's a chance for Clark back behind the net. Gabby Hughes feeds it through nearly to Grant Mentis, but Laura Stacey now for Montreal near side. Still has to shrug off Terlova. Tough defender for Ottawa. Vanisova now skating through, just stuck like glue. The play by Gabby Hughes. Near side. And Ottawa takes it away. Aneta Terlova.
That was a smart play by Jinsey Rose on that breakout, just to leave that puck. She knows she's got support coming in behind. She leaves it. Ottawa breaks out without a problem.
Sparge, far side. Trying to get her stick on it along with Agia in red. Crowd not liking that play, but Ottawa now with a chance in front. Has to be patient this time, Lexi Agia. Mariah Keppel for Montreal, getting her stick on the puck. And now Maureen Murphy dumps it down. Maschmeyer will play it quick.
That's just what we talked about. Just as Montreal gets an opportunity, players go off for a changer on a 2-player attack.
Back and forth, but that will settle it down. But a big goal number 2 for Ottawa. Hometown crowd feels it. All belongs to Mazrova. Ottawa taking a costly penalty, or too many players on the ice. Daryl Watts will take a seat in the box.
When you take a look at this, you start counting up the red jerseys. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one at the boards, just at the bench as Ottawa plays this puck.
Montreal's second power play of the game. Murphy. Now back to Ambrose from the point. Poulin shoots! Now, not sure which body that caught, but Stacey was there in front of the net. Their top power play unit. Now another chance for Murphy. What a block by Scamora. She can score and she can block. And now a fight behind the net breaking out between these two teams. Tensions early on here.
Oh, and absolutely, you could see this coming. These two teams, it's a 2-1 game. You got a crowd like this, tensions start to rise. But this power play looked fantastic, and you can see the movement. You can see why they were expected to be such a threat. Laura Stacey hits that bumper position in the middle. It's the movement that they've created to open up those seams. Maschmeyer gloves that puck and holds on. Wise idea. Let her team settle down a bit.
So Marie-Philippe Poulin will take that. Murphy gets the puck right after, and again, finding some space near side, working with Vanisova. Ambrose on the blue line, gets it back. They get into the middle. Stacey in front of the net, and right in front. Vanisova can't get her stuck on it. Poulin will try again. Looking for angles in front of the net. Montreal, they want the equalizer. Ambrose down near side. Battle on the walls this time. Gabby Hughes working it. And now Della Rovere right in front of the net though. Laura Stacey. Bunch of commotion. Sticks caught in skates over in the middle of the ice. And now we're back into the near side corner. Love side for Maschmeyer. LaFour tees it up. That one's saved. Plays on. Terlova forced into the wall for Ottawa. They're just looking to clear it out. Sustained pressure here from Montreal. Now O'Neill dipping and diving. Weaving around the far circle. Tees it up for Poulin. Now O'Neill. And Sophie Betez as well out for this Montreal power play. The crowd collectively breathing a sigh of relief. We're back to even strength. A shot and another. Big saves by Maschmeyer. All happening so quickly. 3 big scoring chances on that second power play for Montreal. And Ottawa now rolling with momentum. Ashton Bell. She stopped mid-stride.
Great defensive plays at either end of the ice. Bete, who may have just stopped a goal for Montreal.
But here comes Ottawa again. Shoots high off the glass. Tough angle is Agia now. Working by LaFour, getting her stick on it as well as O'Neill for Montreal. Now Lashkova.
And you can see why Montreal's power play.
And here's a big chance. Nearly shoots up high. A wily shot, but worth taking by Gabrielle David. And again, David finds herself near the puck, but Catherine Daou will look for some support. Far side, big shots. Just to drive the action back to the Ottawa net. Some sustained pressure here from Montreal.
It's the first time we've seen any of that this game. It's a different Montreal team in the third period.
Now Dalton, the lone goal scorer so far for Montreal. Getting that franchise first. Akani Shiga for Ottawa, getting her stick on it. Carried forward by Mrazova. Second goal scorer for Ottawa. Back in the Montreal zone though. Leah Lum will fetch it behind the goal line. Dempsey there, she's got an assist on the night too. Over to Daou. Along the near side boards, you can hear it inside TD Place. Laura Stacey will intercept. Turnovers on turnovers between these two teams. Akani Shiga settling it, not quite. Now Bell does what she can behind the net, but loose puck. Teams are fighting for it. First ever game for both these teams. Ashton Bell will drive it in front, and it skims by Davian.
A little bit of end-to-end action here on both sides. Some really good defensive plays either way. Both teams have had players that have ultimately saved goals for them.
Hockey that just keeps rolling forward. The clock ticks down here in the third period. Historic home opener, more than 8,000 fans for Ottawa. That's why those goal celebrations just linger just that extra little bit longer.
And just so much passion, and when there's a goal, it's been electric in here.
And Becky Gilmore's been waiting. Big shot. That one wide. Nearly grabs the rebound though. So Montreal playing their game. Bete skirts around Clark. Jinsey Rose will gather. Just has to get by Bugeaud. Does. Finds Terlova. They want to get down deep in this Montreal zone. Now, with the speed, Catherine Daou fires that one. Maschmeyer reads it. Tracked. And Michaela Grant-Mentis, who open scoring, but not quite for Ottawa. That goal overturned out on the ice in front. Shots on goal starting to even out right now. 24 for the home side, 20 for Montreal. So many chances for the visitors, including on their second power play of the game. It's a 2-1 lead for the hometown. The PWHL is brought to you by Hyundai, official automotive partner of the PWHL. Back in Ottawa in the neutral zone, just outside the Ottawa zone, and Montreal takes it away. They have been lighting it up in this third period, but it is Ottawa with the second goal. They have the lead right now, 2-1, giving chase in the Montreal zone.
So shots are 7-2 for Montreal right now, so they've really taken over this period. You see, after the break, they come back with their first line.
And Stacey driving it in, looks for it, it's good! Laura Stacey scores!
Well, you could just see it coming from this line. They're using their speed. They were getting in, getting their chances. Marie-Philippe Poulin has won most of her faceoffs, and she starts with a neutral zone win there. But Laura Stacey, what a burst of speed, and this is what makes her so dangerous. Again, you can see them come in. Stacey just patiently waiting for that puck, and then she takes off across the blue line, is able to get position, and then that shot to the far post.
And how about that first person she gets to hug her teammate, her line mate, Marie-Philippe Poulin. Of course, those two are engaged, and it's just an incredible moment to share.
Well, yeah,
with
pretty
someone.
impressive. And listen, if you're the coach and you scrambled up your lines and it works, you feel like a genius.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're tied at 2, Becky. This game, of course, back and forth as it has been. First period scoreless. Second period tied at 1. Now tied at 2 here in the third. If you're just joining us, it is the home opener for the PWHL in Ottawa. Historic crowd, more than 8,000 people. You want to be part of the PWHL action. Nothing beats watching your favorite team live. You can get tickets to PWHL games and catch all of the action. Visit thepwhl.com/tickets to secure your seats today.
Well, why wouldn't you want to be a part of a crowd like this? People are having lots of fun. You've got the signs, so many young kids, young girls watching their heroes.
Montreal wins the draw in their own zone that time. And here's a big chance right off the hop. Gabby Hughes, though, can't quite maintain control. Clark has been swarming as well. Boyd feeds it through far side. Hoping to find Bell. Gabby collects it in front. The pass to the slot gets on the stick of Maureen Murphy. She'll look to just drive it down deep. Stopped by Zoe Boyd. And now Mrazova getting her stick on it already. A goal scorer in the PWHL. Scored the second goal of the night for Ottawa. Connie Shiga keeps it in. Daryl Watts as well providing support in red, but Bugeaud will simply turn around, try to keep it in play for Montreal. Here comes Daryl Watts. That effort stopped short now. Mrazova open to feed it through, but Leah Lum, quick hands.
That's a beautiful move to break that puck out, give herself the lane to make that pass.
And Netta Terlova hoping to carry it past the blue line. Find ourselves in the Ottawa zone this time. Final 4 minutes of the third period. Laura Stacey just celebrating hers now. Poulin tees it up. She's waiting for hers. Stacey fires. Rebound collected by Ottawa. Still not clear. Shiga does it. Backwards, Haley Scamora with room. Shoots. Big stop by Desbiens. Jenner.
Desbiens does a good job to lock that post and not allow that near side. Again, a couple great opportunities. Marie-Philippe Poulin, what patience she has on that entry to wait, find the open player coming in high.
MPP's first goal will come at some point, whether today or the next, but that's a big chance for Ottawa. But Desbiens just able to just settle in and lock it down. We are tied at 2, winding down the third period in Ottawa. A new world record, 8,318 people, setting it for attendance for professional women's hockey. Becky, I'm sure that'll get broken again soon.
Well, that's what you hope, right? That it gets broken over and over.
Yeah.
But, you know, you look at these venues, and these are great-sized venues. That's exactly what this holds, so maybe hard to break that record.
Right now, Ottawa looking to break this tie. Settled at 2 here in regulation. There's still some time to go, less than 3 minutes, and O'Neill has been all over the ice for Montreal.
She's been a force, absolutely.
Clark in red, looks for her teammate. Montreal keeping Ottawa in their zone. Flying in is Savannah Harmon, doing all the work up close to Desbiens. The puck bounces and Desbiens covers it up.
Savannah Harmon just throws this puck to the front of the net. There's no red jerseys there, but this still becomes dangerous. Look at her weaving her way, and that's a nice move around behind the net. She throws that puck out front. Goes off of one of Montreal's skates to become a bit of a problem. Desbiens is able to cover it up.
Savannah Harmon, 5th overall draft pick in the PWHL. High hockey IQ. We saw it there, just reading the play, but in the Montreal zone, we find ourselves. Got Montreal's top line out yet again. Laura Stacey with Poulin. Two helping one another.
You really see some of the skill from the defensemen right now, and you know, obviously the forwards have it, but you see a rush like that from Savannah Harmon. Leah Lumnan in the corner, a little spin around, but gaining herself a little bit of time and space with the puck. These defensemen are skilled. A lot of them were at one point forwards. Talked about Lum being a forward. Ashton Bell was a forward until she was in university, so pretty late to make that change.
Yeah, finding what works. Connie Shiga also started out in a different position, found herself where she is for Ottawa. And both these two teams looking to break that deadlock in regulation. Skamora feeds it. Boyd forced back, trying to find some space. And Bugeaud delivers a blow, then takes a puck off the helmet.
There's another big hit along the wall. I don't know, you may want to stay off the boards in this game.
Dangerous place to be, whether you're in open ice or on the boards. It's tough go, and now Daryl Watts finds her way, getting in close. Forced to send it more towards the glass. Agia keeps it in play. Watts off the skate in front of the net. Terlova just ticks it back in, and bit of a meeting along the end boards. We're in the final minute of play in regulation and tied at 2. Big chance here for Montreal. That gets stopped by Mrazova. Terlova takes it away. Clark now. Ottawa's got to get out of their own zone.
A possible injury on the ice to Boyd, and we saw a big hit coming down the players' bench. It looks like she maybe goes into the stanchion. You see her run off and then just into that stanchion, into that hole, and she's a little shaky getting up, comes off, and just has a seat, sits, talks to the trainer a little bit. Hopefully she's okay, and we see her back on the ice.
In the meantime, 41.5 seconds left in a tied game in Ottawa. Talk about beginning of a rivalry. The tensions between these two teams. And that means you're just gonna wanna come back for more. The action continues tomorrow night, Wednesday, January 3rd, when PWHL Minnesota faces off against PWHL Boston, 7 p.m. Eastern. Be another great first meeting. That's the best part of this, Becky. Everything is new and fresh.
You've seen these games really open up as they've progressed.
Now Montreal finds themselves with a chance in the Ottawa zone. Clock ticking down. Anisova serves it over. to Katie Tabin. Now Stacy, she's got one goal, looking for two. Ottawa will take it away. Clark hoping for that big stretch pass. You can't get by Ambrose though. Montreal staying in this final five as they weave through. Captain Poulin shoots towards the net, but we are headed to the first ever PWHL overtime.
Well, this game's had a lot of firsts, so why not have that be one of them? And it's been an exciting game, so let's add a little bit more excitement in overtime.
So Becky, looking at how we got to this moment, as everything we talked about, scoreless in the first, tied at 1 in the second, here we are tied at 2.
Well, exactly that, and we see all sorts of things happening in the second period. Marie-Philippe Poulin with this penalty shot, she is denied by Maschmeyer, and then it looks like Ottawa gets on the board with this. Grant Mentis, what a great move, but that is a no-goal call, so we are still deadlocked at 0-0. That one killed the crowd for a little while, but this crowd got their opportunity later on the power play with Skamura, and what a blast. Top corner to give Ottawa their first ever goal and the lead. Montreal is not to be denied, though. They come right back down the ice and they even things up with Dalton. And then Ottawa again. Little bit of traffic to the front of the net, start putting pucks on net, try to make Desbien's life hard, and they're able to take the lead one more time. But Laura Stacey, the Olympian, driving wide, using that speed, and she ties this game up at 2.
Electric, that is what Emily Clark called it earlier. Now the overtime rules for PWHL, because now we get to share them with everybody. Early on in the season at that. But it's simply 3-on-3 hockey for 5 minutes. So you're going to see best on best, 3-on-3 of the PWHL against, oh, let's not forget, 2 really, really good goaltenders in Team Canada's 1-2 punch for these teams.
Well, this is going to be so exciting when you look at the best players in the world going 3-on-3. These players are used to it. They practice it. This is something they do a lot, both internationally and here. It's going to be exciting. What'll be interesting is to see how they start. You watch professional hockey over the last couple of years, and teams have gone to different configurations. Do you put 2 defensemen on the ice? Do you start with a defensive center and try to win the draw? Interesting to see. Gotta think that Marie-Philippe Poulin will certainly be one of those players on the ice. I'd like to see who these coaches put out to support.
And well, on the bench, you know, there's some smiles, but there's a lot of strategy. Everyone in the crowd is light. They're loving this. When you have a battle like that, back and forth, and told throughout the periods at that, scoreless in the first, then tied at 1, then tied at 2, and here we are.
Well, if you're Montreal, you've got to be very happy with your third period. Did not think they had their best first and second. They really started to show in the third what this team could do. Give themselves opportunity to be in the overtime. And it was really led by that first line of Marie-Philippe Poulin, Vanisova, and Stacey. It's the speed, the skill, and they're the ones that got this team back in the game.
And the crowd, again, soaking in the atmosphere at TD Place. Captain on captain for this face-off. Poulin.
3-on-3 overtime. How important is this face-off?
This face-off is huge. Jenner gets her stick on it, and sends it into the Montreal zone, at least down deep. Erin Ambrose out there on the line as well with Laura Stacey. These 3 know each other so well playing on Team Canada. Stacey tries to find some space. Got Harmon out for Ottawa, but it's Jenner doing the work now in front. Stacey sends it back to Ambrose. They've got some space. Poulin tries to tee it back to Stacey. Clark now out on the ice for Ottawa, alongside Harmon and Skamora. Big shot, that one wide for Stacey. Through the far wall, the chance erupting here. Harmon having to play keep away off of O'Neill. Dislodges that puck. O'Neill skirts around, tries to find a lane, drops it back. Front of the net, shoots to work, she scores!
goal, and that is Kristen O'Neill doing the work in the corner to create that opportunity.
Yeah, for Anne-Sophie Bette to take it away. Montreal wins in overtime. Another heartbreaker for a home team in the PWHL. What a first meeting between these rivals.
What a great game to showcase this league in front of this huge crowd. Definitely not what the Ottawa fans wanted. I'm sure they would have loved to have come away with this win, but that was certainly a spectacle of skill and speed.
And yet, as we say that, everyone on their feet applauding. Of course, they themselves have made history. We talked about it. More than 8,000 people in the crowd, a new world record for professional women's hockey attendance.
And how fitting that this game should take place in the same arena that the 1990 World Championships took place, the first ever World Championships. And what a moment that was, and what a moment this is here today for this league, for these fans, and for this city.
That 1990 championship, a moment that the greats of this game, like Haley Wickenheiser, said, I finally realized that there was women's hockey, a place for women's hockey. And Ottawa just wrapping their arms around this league early on here. Just day two, and we've seen so much, including the first ever overtime in this new league.
Well, and I love the first that we saw today. The penalty shot was fantastic, exciting. We saw great goaltending. We saw the first overtime. So really, for the fans, you got a little bit of everything. You saw, again, a lot of skilled plays. We saw some beautiful goals. So this is exactly why you come to a hockey game, and it was an exciting night.
And it was a big one for the 3-on-3 overtime.
Well, one of the things you got to remember in this league is this is the first game. This is exciting. These teams only play 24 games. This is the point in the season, in a normal season, where you're actually looking at the standings every day. So this is great the first night. We're going to start looking at the standings tomorrow.
You talked about Kristen O'Neill teeing up that overtime winner. She did just that, getting the secondary assist, helped along the way by Katie Taven, and then put in the net by Anne-Sophie Bette. Just an incredible moment for Montreal. They won't be playing at home until January 13th. So a road win to open the season, they'll take it. But Ottawa now, the fans, the crowd, appreciating what was done on the ice tonight.
Yeah, nice salute to the crowd. Give the crowd their due for coming and supporting this team in their first game, first of many. But yes, that Kristen O'Neill, what a game she had. She was a pest all game. She gets in on that forecheck. You don't always see that in a 3-on-3 overtime, that you get in and forecheck like that. Quite often you back off. That was pretty impressive.
And just like in game one, and I think this will hopefully be a tradition through all of these teams' first games in the league, the two teams coming together for a final photo for the fans to commemorate the moment.
Well, I think it's a great moment in game one. What I think you're going to start to see when these teams have game twos is there's no friendships on the ice anymore. That'll be all done. You can be friends off the ice, and that's okay. You always are with players that you've played with through the years. But I think this is the last time in these game ones that we're going to see this kind of friendship on the ice.
Just gotta love it. We saw the physical play. We saw some fights break out, and so many moments. And to think Montreal coming through this one, you talked about even at the greatest first period, but in overall 6 penalties that they needed to kill too, and to be able to come through with that overtime win.
Yeah, something they're definitely going to want to clean up going forward. We take a look at this goal again, and Kristen O'Neill, just a pass, creates a turnover. She's patient with that puck. Nice little backhand pass, and then a broken play leads to the goal. But she did so many great things to contribute to that goal. But this is a Montreal team that really put their skill and speed on display in the third. But again, you're going into tomorrow, first game's done. You want to tidy up a couple things. You can't take 6 penalties a game. It's not a recipe for success, certainly, but they came away with it tonight.
And that puts the final touch on this really big home opener for Ottawa. We'll be back with more after the break.
expected it.
Welcome back to Ottawa. Bit of a spoiler for Montreal, but the fans still loved what they saw right down into the very first overtime of the PWHL. I'm Daniela Ponticelli alongside Becky Keller, getting to witness history. We talked about it. I don't think enough, the world record being made or set tonight. A world record, obviously, that's hoped to break overtime consistently, which is the professional women's hockey attendance record. So Becky, I mean, you soaked this in. This is your first game live. You were able to watch yesterday's as well, but what are your takeaways?
Oh, it was impressive. I mean, I love the hockey, and that's the start. It was entertaining. It was skilled. It was just a great game to watch, and I think that's what's going to get the fans in the seats game after game. It was fun, and what a great environment.
Well, we talked to Ottawa GM Mike Hirschfeld in the first intermission. He wanted to see an Ottawa goal. Really saw quite a few, including one that was called back. That's the way this game works, and of course you got to keep it fair. That one, Michaela Grant-Mentis, and then of course Haley Scamora, who I just heard over my shoulder may have gotten a star of the game. That's what they're doing in-house here. So for you, Becky, to just see this level of play as well, day two.
Well, it's impressive, and it really shows the growth of women's hockey from when we talked about the 1990 Worlds. You see all the young kids playing, you know, up to the junior level. We're going to see the U18 World Championships coming up. And so the depth of women's hockey was really on display here, and we're going to see that progress and continue throughout the years. It's been great.
No surprise, of course, that Anne-Sophie Betté is the Canadian Tire Player of the Game as well for her efforts getting the first overtime game-winning goal of the PWHL, of course, also for Montreal. And they're just capitalizing on that moment despite a body diving. I believe that was Emily Clark just diving in front.
Montreal really did control the pace of the play in the overtime. They had a great overtime. What a skilled team. You knew that this team was designed for 3-on-3. They showed it.
Yeah, you got to be braced for all those big moments. So still waiting for a home team win in the PWHL. Of course, only 2 games. There's a third tomorrow, and we'll see who can set that first in the league. So many firsts still up for grabs.
Well, eventually that'll happen. Would have been great, I'm sure, for the Ottawa crowd here tonight. But, you know, again, you just want to see good hockey, and the home team win, it's coming.
Yeah, we'll just wait for it. Much like, you know, short-handed goal, but we did get to see a power play goal tonight, and also a penalty shot. And you couldn't have seen a better pairing between Poulin and Mashmeyer. Mashmeyer playing outstanding. Let's talk about the goalies quick.
Well, yeah, and I think that's a huge story to this game. Mashmeyer and Desbiens, 2 of the best goaltenders in Canada, 2 of the best goaltenders in the world. Desbiens really allowed for her team to get into this position. Montreal didn't have the best start to this game. They didn't have the best second period, but she was there when she was needed. And, you know, this is the best goalies. It's not about what saves you make, but when you make them. She made a lot of big saves when her team needed them. Just big, she's calm, she's confident. She made some of these saves look easy, and those are cross-ice passes. That one she made it look a little more difficult. Maybe it was a little more difficult, but a really impressive first game for Desbiens.
So incredible when you think about what is accomplished tonight. Of course, the teams now get to set out on the rest of their regular season, and Becky, you and I will certainly be along for the ride as well.
Yeah, and, you know, again, fun to watch. I want to give a bit of a props to the coaching staff as well. I think they did a really good job to get their teams prepared for this moment. You saw them smiling, you saw them having fun, exactly what the coaches wanted.
And so from TD Place, I'm Daniela Ponticelli alongside Becky Keller and the crew. Good night from the nation's capital.